Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, Virgos, this is going to be a peek at the month of November. Virgos, I did do a storyline. It was so highly specific that I said I'm going to do one that's more generalized. Just know the highly specific one, I just wrote, not for everyone. So let's go ahead and take a more generalized look. The vibe for November, we actually start out with envy, resentful, competitive, discontent. Somebody could be jelly this month over Virgo. That could indicate that Virgo is going to have a really fantastic month. Let's take a look. Now, it could be that Virgo has, little bolts of jealousy. No, Virgo's winning this month. We got a 6 of Wands. We got the 2 of Wands. Virgo's going to be probably working really hard, but they're mastering a craft. Virgo might be doing something that is like, maybe it does seem like they're like a factory. They're like repetitiously doing something, but they're enjoying what they're doing. Sometimes we think, oh man, I do something with consistency and it's boring. But this Virgo is like, no, I'm doing something with consistency and I'm seeing results and I'm really enjoying it and I'm really proficient. I mean, Virgo could be like the top performer in the workplace in November. They could be somebody that is really developing something in their life and just completely like blossoming. I could picture this Virgo like streamlining everything and being like a true, like consummate professional in whatever it is that they do. The way they're living life is, they're also making rainbows instead of like smog. I think Virgo is, through consistency and hard work, they're improving things in their life. And this could be anything. This doesn't have to be about work. This could be Virgo's been, working on their fitness and, somebody at the gym. It's like, my God, that person's here every single day at 5:30 in the morning. They're leaving by 6:30, right when I'm coming in, and I see them looking better and more energized. Every time I see Virgo 5 days a week in a row, I see this Virgo like being consistent and they're making this progress and it's making me jealous. But I'm wondering if it's just because Virgo is really pouring themselves into something that they care about. And the more we see results, the more we want to do things that make us, feel like I'm going places, I'm building, I'm doing stuff. We have a 2 of Wands. I do feel like Virgo might be getting locked in, dialed in with somebody that is running neck and neck with Virgo in a good way as well. Like, I wonder if Virgo's going to have a better month when it comes to like partnership, friendship, relationship. Maybe Virgo's strengthening a relationship with a boss because the boss is like, oh my God, you are rocking it. Like whatever your secret sauce is, Virgo, this is amazing. This could be Virgo is developing better relationships. And it's just, who is the jealous person? Let's just take a look. It could be a lot of people are going to be jealous of Virgo in the month of November because Virgo's rocking it. But 3 of Wands and the Princess of Cups. This is somebody who wants to be Virgo. They want to be just like Virgo at some point, but they think that they should be able to be what Virgo is now, and they are not there. They want to just have instant respect, instant success. This could be a feminine who wants what Virgo has, but they think that it's not consistency making Virgo successful, or they know it's consistency, but they don't care. They want to jump through a portal and just have it all themselves. This could be somebody who's trying to go about gaining clout through like being flashier. She's in a costume. And so that's why I'm like, this almost feels like somebody who wants to shortcut. They think that there's like if only I could jump through a wormhole and come out ahead of Virgo. I don't want to have to put in the years of work or the dedication to refine myself. I want to wear a costume and then have people pay attention to me. Whomever this is, they want a shortcut. They don't want to put in the work. They don't believe that it should have to take the amount of time that Virgo's taken to get where Virgo is. They think that they should be able to just shortcut in. I don't know who this is, but why are they showing up at all? What's the side message on that? Why does this matter? Does it even matter? High Priestess is sideways. It's more like Virgo knows this person could also be like cheating, like taking things from Virgo and copying Virgo. That could be the shortcut that they're trying to take. This could be somebody, copycatting. And is that important at all? I mean, to be aware of it, on one hand, that's pretty sad that they wouldn't figure out who they are. And how that's so embarrassing, like to steal from somebody else, to try to duplicate somebody else and take on their persona is embarrassing, I think, because it's like, how do you look in the mirror when you know all you did was pretend to be somebody that you're not and take their, whatever they've created. I would just think that'd be embarrassing. With that Seven of Wands, it's sideways. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe this is going to be something that Virgo subconsciously knows, and once in a while it could maybe bug them a little bit, and then other times they're like, well, I guess I should be flattered. But I also think that this person who's trying so hard to find a shortcut to be Virgo, to outshine Virgo, I think that they're going to hit a lot of blockages. And I almost think that maybe their biggest blockage is they're starting to awaken to exactly what I said. Like, it's embarrassing to try to take somebody else's stuff instead of you working hard and building something of your own that's unique and reflects who you are. It also won't be sustainable. If you're going to pretend to be somebody else, that there's going to be cracks in that. You're not going to be able to pull it off, and you're not going to probably be very happy, not with yourself. Like, it sucks that this person seems to be so hyper-focused on Virgo. Virgo's vaguely aware of this, but I honestly think it could be on Virgo's radar a little bit here and there, but I think Virgo does pretty good with blocking it out. And in turn, I don't think that this is going to work for whomever this is. Yeah, Ace of Swords and the Nine of Wands. No, in fact, this person, if this is somebody trying to duplicate whatever Virgo does or pretend to be Virgo or something, an imposter thing, they're actually going to be found out, and possibly they're going to have a massive setback. And then they're going to have to go sit and do some real healing. So whomever it is that's jealous, whomever it is that's envious, whomever it is that's trying to shortcut, rip off Virgo's ideas, rip off who Virgo is, this inauthenticity is actually going to crush everything for them. Because I actually think somebody else other than Virgo is going to discover this, and that's going to be the organization or entity that says, yeah, you can't actually pretend to be somebody else and take their stuff. That's, sorry, a weird side note on all this, but that's what we got. Let's go back over now. I said this is more general, and yet we have like some very specific stuff. We still have a really great month for Virgo. As Virgo is exceeding and being successful and rising in areas of their life in particular, let me take a look at what does that mean for Virgo? What does this success look like for Virgo with that Six of Wands? We have a Seven of Pentacles. We have a Three of Swords. I think Virgo's success they have been working in the mines for this. Virgo has been doing so much work in their life, their life's work, their career path. Everything that Virgo does is actually this huge expression of this deep, dive into their own personal self-development. Virgo has been healing a broken heart. So whatever Virgo's been doing, whatever their work is, whatever their talent is, whatever their hobby is, it's not just been like, oh, I'm trying to make money. I think possibly a labor of love. Sometimes the things that push us to work really hard is stuff like, I've been heartbroken, I've got to heal. So I poured myself into my career, or I poured myself into developing something. I worked almost night and day, but it was also because it was this is how I worked through my broken heart. So Virgo is having a massive benefit of, you notice how we're fusing all the broken pieces, all those little shards. Maybe that's the other reason somebody who's so envious of Virgo's success, who's trying to shortcut, no wonder they could never be Virgo. Virgo's energy and the things that they've built and the things that they're being known for, or the reasons that they're having success, is because they have earned it. This is like by the skin of their teeth and the bones in their fingertips. This Virgo has worked like a dog to not only do something really meaningful, but also to heal their heart. Virgo's getting a win in the month of November, which is all that dark night of the soul, all that. Virgo had some tragedy, obviously, that it propelled them to try to heal themselves through work, through development. That's why I think no imposter can take anything from Virgo. This is way too authentic. This is the essence of who Virgo is, and they deserve all of this. We do see all of these emeralds. I think Virgo's deep success is possibly going to come in the form of they're finally starting to see some financial gain, but they're also, and maybe even more importantly, starting to have some of the shards of their heart heal. We have got a Knight of Cups. We've got the Nine of Swords. We keep seeing Virgo's life has had a lot of pain in it, but we're starting to balance that out with happiness coming in. We have somebody approaching Virgo. There is love here in the month of November for Virgo. And this might start out as something that it's like, I don't know what's going to happen with this. I don't know if this love story is going to go anywhere. It's just a knight. But this is our knight that rides in on a seahorse, which that's, seahorses make for life. This is somebody who already maybe has deep affection for Virgo. This is somebody who wants to be around Virgo, and they already know this, even though this is still kind of a tentative first step forward. Four of Cups and the World card. This could be someone who regrets they didn't approach Virgo sooner. This could be somebody that wants a brand new beginning with Virgo as well. But we do have, like, the month of November looks like there's a lot of healing for Virgo. There's a culmination of all the hard work Virgo has put in is starting to take shape in Virgo's life as financial success, respect, healing that they have worked on themselves. And it's also kind of like pushing away and still rising even above somebody who's been trying to copycat and steal from Virgo. And even that is going to be resolved in the month of November. And then we have this love story. And it is a love story that I think is going to heal Virgo's heart. It may be a divine masculine, a Knight of Cups, somebody who wants to come in and first say that they have a lot of regrets with what happened with Virgo. But this is somebody asking for a brand new beginning. Maybe this is just somebody who's going to close out a cycle with Virgo. Maybe this is somebody who would like a second chance. I don't know if Virgo's going to give it to them. Let me just put it this way. If Virgo chooses to give this person a second chance, it's because Virgo sees them now as a match, as a King of Pentacles. Or it's that Virgo is able to close out that cycle with this Knight of Cups who comes in to express their regrets. And then Virgo immediately meets the King of Coins. One way or the other, there's a King of Coins in the mix, which would be a very nice matchup for Virgo. It doesn't matter what gender, right? I don't read for genders. But we certainly see an amazing King of Coins. And this is somebody who is crazy about Virgo. Look, I think this is going to be a month where Virgo starts to feel like, after a long time of just working hard, keeping their head down, trying to heal their broken heart, trying to get their life on track, the month of November brings Virgo to a place of feeling lighthearted, feeling empowered, feeling sexy, feeling like their life, they have power over it. And I think Virgo is actually enjoying feeling like, for once, they have choices to make, instead of they're just kind of like grinding away and trying to get their life on track and trying to hold stuff together. I think it's been a long time, maybe since Virgo dressed up real nice and felt like, they were super attractive. I feel like this is going to be a month where Virgo turns some heads. Tell me about the King of Pentacles for Virgo. Okay. This is somebody who wants to marry Virgo. We have a Hierophant. This is somebody who sees Virgo as very, very loving, in addition to very, very attractive. This is somebody who wants long-term with Virgo. Are you, King of Pentacles, are you that Knight of Cups? Are you the one who's coming in with all these regrets? Yeah. Eight of Coins. Yeah, he's been working on trying to find a way to say he's sorry for a long time, or if not sorry, trying to find a way to reapproach and have that new beginning, since we did have the World card. Could be a Capricorn for sure, also Taurus energy. But this is somebody who would like very much to, not miss out on an entire lifetime of possibility with Virgo. I don't want to delve into what happened in the past. This is just about the things coming up in the month of November for Virgo to consider. It doesn't mean Virgo has to accept this person. It just says Virgo has choices, because Virgo is going to be in the energy this month of the Queen of Wands, which is successful, people noticing, people like slapping hands, people saying, God, you're so impressive. The Queen of Wands is very much a head turner, and that's Virgo's energy, whether Virgo's a masculine or a feminine. No wonder there's, it's instilling jealousy in other people's hearts. But I want to take a look at any challenge. We have the Hierophant sideways. If somebody is coming into Virgo's life hoping to get a second chance with Virgo and they're that serious and they want to marry Virgo. This could be something where it's like Virgo might have to really think about this and listen to their higher self. And they might be murky about some things especially when it comes to matters of something that serious. Somebody wants to work with me in a really serious way. What do I want to do about this? What's the message here? Oh, how funny. I'm so goofy. So a couple of these cards from the Santa Muerte got mixed into the modern deck, and I didn't even notice until just now. Oh, look at that. At the bottom of it, we have the Hierophant again. Okay, so crazy, because we know that the challenge is definitely going to be the Hierophant, which now this is technically the third time we've seen the Hierophant, right? It definitely has to do with Virgo needing to ask themselves. The big challenge is going to be, what do I want my future to look like? And I got to be strong enough to admit to myself what I want in the future. If Virgo's still interested in somebody who is showing back up in Virgo's life, Virgo might need to be honest with themselves about that. Even if they were like, no, that's a person who broke my heart. I said I didn't want them. If Virgo's heart has changed because they've healed and now this person comes in and they're acting differently, this says Virgo has to allow themselves to be authentic and say, what do I really see in my future? Do I want to give this a chance, or do I want to tell this person no? This is not to be swayed one way or the other by anything inauthentic. Now, it could also be that Virgo says, I don't know, and I won't know the answer to this until some time passes. And that's, to me, that's like great, for Virgo to give themselves the time and the space to say, I don't have an answer. I have to wait and see how I feel about things. I'm not going to cheat myself out of what I want. I'm also not going to feel pressured to have to say yes when I don't know. It's going to take me time. Two of Coins. That is going to be the toughest thing, though. What do I want to do? So Virgo has choices coming up in the month of November, particularly when it comes to love, particularly when it comes to, do I believe that this person has changed, or do I want somebody new? And this says the toughest thing is if Virgo starts to feel like, oh my God, I have to make a decision. Instead, the mantra is, I get to make a decision. This is my choice. And I can take as long as I want to make a decision. I don't have to feel pressured. Like, that's what the big message is for the month of November, I think. We already saw great success possibly in career, even though we have somebody, like trying to imitate Virgo. But I think that imitator is, they're going to fumble, or they're going to get found out, or they're going to be kind of like removed out of this intention to try to shortcut by stealing from Virgo. That whomever that is not going to be anybody that throws a wrench in Virgo's success. So Virgo doesn't need to worry about that, right? They got a lot of growing to do, whomever that jealous person is, when it comes to like career based, or like the way Virgo is respected. Somebody else copying Virgo is not going to like dethrone Virgo's place that they've worked so hard to arrive at. That doesn't matter. This person who's coming into Virgo's world, that could shake Virgo up if they put too much pressure on themselves to have to find an answer about, do I take this person back or do I move on? And this just says Virgo can take their time to figure out what they want to do. It doesn't have to be anything fast. I think all of that gives the relaxation. And final message just for the month of November. A lot of things are going to become clear. We have got intuition that isn't just intuition anymore. It's stuff that's going to be like, there's what I sensed was going on. There's the information right in front of me. I sensed somebody was copying me or seemed jealous of me. Yep, it was. I sensed I was going to have some success. Yes, I am. I sensed there was an ex still thinking about me. Yes, they are. I feel like this is a month where a lot of things that Virgo has sensed just show themselves. And it's like, okay, intuition has been on point. So let me keep using my intuition to sense how to move next. Let me let myself have time to decide what I want, because this is the time for me to make choices and not be afraid of making choices. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.